Where do I go? What am I supposed to do now? Everything I know, everything is different now. Someone please explain. Someone please explain to me how. How do I know? How do I know what to do now? You are supposed to show me everything I need to know, and you are supposed to lead me where it is I'm supposed to go. And I thought I knew before, but then I found myself all spun around. Sit alone there in silence, I listen for a sound. Won't you take my hand, lead me to the answers that I seek. Show me what's in store, won't you let me take a little peek? I'll try to find my way, try to find my way in the dark. Please make it bright, please grow the light created from this spark. You are supposed to show me everything I need to know, and you are supposed to lead me where it is I'm supposed to go. And I thought I knew before, but then I found myself all spun around. I sit alone here in silence, I listen for a sound. I'll sit and wait, anticipate illumination. I'll take it day by day, try to focus on the here and now. Think I'll write a song, I'll write a song to pass the time. And as I write this song, I find that the path that you revealed to me is mine. I think you finally showed me everything I need to know, and I think you finally led me where it is I'm supposed to go. And I thought I knew before, but then I found myself all spun around. Sat alone there in silence, and then you made this sound. Mics weren't on. Now they're on. Welcome. Technical problem. You asked about the production team, right?
Yeah, where's our production team? Come on now.
They're not here yet. As you can see, everything's going super smoothly.
I am here for it.
There we are.
Hola.
See, there we are.
How's everyone doing?
It took a little doing, but we got there.
Hair check.
Rebal Rose, everybody.
Hi. How are you? How's everyone doing? We made it. We're here.
Right. Now, I don't actually call you Rebel. Am I supposed to call you Rebel?
You can call me anything you want, buddy. We go way back. So, what do you want to call me?
No,
what's your name of choice for the day?
Well, I know that we have a stage name concept thing, but I just don't want to wreck your branding, right?
It's not that serious.
It's not that serious, but
I mean, it is serious. Don't get me wrong, but it's not gonna make or break me.
Right, I understand. Well, I just try to
I appreciate
do what I'm
that.
supposed to do. That's the idea. When I'm messing with this, it's because for new folks, it's this is the sound production team, and then the lighting and video, and then Kelly had to work, and then as everyone has trouble getting to the hidden location, the secret location.
It is so secret.
It's like, did you watch the Batman in the 70s, the TV show?
No.
No, you never did?
I grew up Asian.
I don't know what that means exactly, but that's okay.
It means I'm not cultured.
We'll accept it as an answer. For those who watched Batman in the 70s, there when they would leave the Batcave, there was like there was a very hidden thing, and there was a roadblock thing that would go down, and they would drive out, and the roadblock thing would come up, and nobody knew where the location was, and so it's sort of like this.
Well, we're special. We know.
Only special
Only
people.
the special ones, guys. So
Right.
you better have superpowers.
MeL Muzic Central is the place. So, and this is Fred, the screaming goat.
Because he's the goat.
He's screaming.
Michael's the goat.
So I don't know about that, but so we met at in the open mic community here in Fox Valley, the Fox Valley Jammers Club, and and just being in the same place dozens and dozens of times.
I know. We got to stop meeting like this.
Right, and then I saw that there was a day that I saw that we had the parenting thing in common, and then I suddenly had a soft spot for you.
Oh.
In that we share that common thread.
Damn kids.
Right.
Yes.
They do that.
They do that to us.
But they're wonderful. But they
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Depends.
But
Age.
I wouldn't have guessed that you had 4 children near the same age that I had, and but then I was like, but I understand how life can. This is behind me too much, and it's really. There we go. That's better. You put things on hold for your kids, or I don't regret any of it. It just gets to the bottom of the list, and then suddenly kids grow, and there's time to do some things that you wanted to do, and I just, like I said, I enjoyed learning that fun fact about you, and I thought it was cool. I saw the pictures of your kids when they were little, and I was like, wait,
Thank you.
They're big, that's cool.
Thank you. I do love my kids. I love them very much.
Well, sure. I hate them.
Sometimes you love your kids, but it doesn't mean you like them.
Well, they do make things tough on us sometimes, but it's funny. My grandkids, Lainey, and I put a sign up there so I don't forget, Lainey and Leo and Vivi and Lena and Juanito, little Juanito, Paquito Juanito, little Juan.
So cute.
My kids are learning that you can love your kids like crazy, but then they sure can drive you crazy sometimes. So.
Yeah, just like any relationship, I think it just takes a lot of nurturing. It takes a lot of acceptance and understanding. Personally, I have a 20-year-old, an 18-year-old, and then twin boys that are like 17. So they're like really rough ages. When you think about like us, even at that age, like I know for a fact, like nobody could tell me nothing at that age,
right.
and you always try to build or give your kids more and better sometimes, and it's just, I mean, they're gonna have, and they're gonna go like their own way, eventually, just like how we had to find out.
Well, you try to at least provide a basis or a direction so that they can, when they have to make the decisions, they make good ones. So that's all you can hope for.
Yes.
I know that at the open mic we met, and you were writing songs of your own, and I appreciate anyone writing original music, which is the point of this whole
Thank you.
thing. Is and at some point I decided to begin to talk about songwriting and how long have you been writing songs? You know, I mean, can you think of the first song you wrote? Is it a long time?
No,
ago?
I actually, yes. I started writing songs, I want to say, like, really seriously about a year ago.
Oh, really?
But the first song I ever wrote was about like a year and a half ago. I was dating a musician, and my very first musician boyfriend, and it was very sweet because, like, you know, he came into my life at a time where I felt like I needed it. You know, therapy, music was healing, and at that point, I was just new to the whole like Fox Valley Jammers Club because I was supporting my friends. Somehow I would just get thrown on stage, and I just remember writing Floating together over a bet that I lost over Valentine's Day, playing Mortal Kombat with him. And so for Valentine's Day, it was like, okay, whoever loses has to write the song. And, you know, it just kind of brought me back into songwriting because he was more of like a guitarist, and me, I'm more like, I like to write. So I told a story, and it's cool because it totally, you know, when we broke up, you know, it spiraled me into like picking up the bass and then picking up the keyboard and, you know, eventually picking up the guitar because like that song just really meant something to me, and I just got really obsessed with it. And like I have to make it mine because, and it was ours, but like I literally had to like make it mine because I'm like I couldn't get the tune out of my head. I needed to play it, and I think that just kind of sparked me on my journey. And just being around so many great musicians like yourself, and you know, the Fox Valley Jammers Club, and just really expanding my circle, like it just really spiraled me into more.
Well, that's being around other people who are just in a weird way, like making something look easy, and then you work on it, you're like, well, this is hard, but they make, and you keep your head down and you do things and you try this and you try that. It almost takes a level of fear out of it because they're like, no, just keep going, you know, or whatever. And you're like, all right, okay, they're doing it, I'll do it. And all of a sudden you have some stuff. And when I was a young person, I was lucky enough to be around some tremendous artists, and then I've always just written stuff, good, bad, or indifferent. Of course, most of the time I lack the self-confidence to think anything I do is any good. So that's a difficult thing. That's a different question altogether. But many of us have that issue.
Well, I think for me, because, you know, I'm also in the arts. Like, you know, I've always wanted to be an artist growing up. And little did I know, because I had my kids so young, it spiraled me into the beauty industry. And music was always in the background, you know, but like my thing for all artists, whether you are a hairdresser or a musician or like a local business entrepreneur, is like, well, they always say, fake it till you make it. In hair school and whatever school, it's always fake it till you make it. And you only fail if you don't try.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You know, and
I agree with that.
Art is different for everybody.
Yeah.
You know, we don't do art for other people. We do art for ourselves. Music is the same thing.
Where's that coming from? I thought I muted that.
So yeah,
Well,
that's my take on
it's a high-dollar
music.
operation we got going here, isn't it? Okay. Well,
I think you have a great production.
why don't you? Would you like to do a song? I'll try to make sure my phone's muted.
I will do. You know what? Since I was talking about the first song I ever wrote, I'll play that.
What's it called?
Floating.
Floating.
Okay.
Okay. What? In the
I'll play half the song because.
Why is that doing that? Wait a minute. Hold on. I know what it. Wait, I think I know what it is.
Uh-oh.
I don't know why it's doing that. It shouldn't be making noise. There should be no noise. You can hear that, right? No, you can't. You probably can't, but they can. I know they can, and that's the part that I don't like. Why is it doing that?
What am I supposed to hear?
My phone is indicating that somebody is texting me. It's going ding.
Put the do not disturb on.
I did.
Then chuck your phone over there.
Right. It's gonna go off in a minute.
Shut that thing off.
All right, so why don't you go ahead? We're shutting it off. Floating.
Hey, hey, hey. Stay, won't you stay? Hey, hey, stay, won't you stay? Every time I turn on that radio, all of the songs reminds me of your tune. I lose myself to the strums of your guitar. I lose myself to your baby blues. What is it about you? Knocks me off my feet, burns out all my walls. Baby, I'm floating, feeling so breathless. Love makes me helpless. I don't even care. Let them stop and stay, stay. Stay, won't you stay? Hey, hey, stay, won't you stay? Yeah, that's just a taste of floating.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
That's I've heard you do that before. That's beautiful.
It's one of my favorite songs.
I gotta,
Toot toot.
all right, good. Okay, I was doing a test that somewhere in the middle of that I was like, oh, I'm having issues. I'm always having issues. It's a problem with this or other things.
That's okay.
Well, it's just it's a running concept in the within the context of the show. Is there's always something going wrong?
Is there?
Yeah, always. It's just the way it is. I'm just it's almost a comedic bit, even if it, but it is actually going wrong. Almost
snap.
always. But in the middle of that, I was like, well, wait, what I'm hearing actually what's being broadcast? I'm gonna wait till the end of the song, and I'm gonna push this mute button real quick and see if the little level goes flat. But I'm gonna wait till the end of the song because it's definitely broadcasting your song. So I'm gonna wait till we're talking just for a second, and I went, okay, good. Oh no, I'm listening to the right thing. Okay, good. It's good. All right, good. All right. So that was beautiful.
Thank you.
Very enjoyable, and I know that. Are you doing anything the rest of the week? Playing somewhere? You going to got big plans?
Oh, there's always stuff going on. You know me, I'm a jam whore.
Right.
So I love my jams. Not because, like.
Well, you were doing. What were you doing at O'Neill's?
I was tarot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was doing tarot.
That was awesome.
Thank you.
I was watching you. You were back there very, very. I don't understand
Intense.
any of that. Yes, it was a
Intense.
very intense thing. I happened to be sitting near to what you were talking to someone, and it was something very intense that was happening. I was close enough to see it was intense, far enough to not really hear exactly what was happening. But it smelled great, whatever you were burning.
Yeah, I was burning sage. This was like during the O'Neill's, like the Pink Floyd event.
Yeah.
I was so blessed with the opportunity to play with like such beautiful musicians that are like like way up here. In my eyes, you know what I mean?
That was a fun day.
that was-
I was not expecting to. When I got invited, I felt honored and didn't didn't have a deep understanding, knew of Syd Barrett, knew the story, knew how he inspired Wish You Were Here, knew he was the but I didn't know his music, and I didn't know as much about it as I learned through doing that, and I'm very grateful for having had the opportunity myself. I thought it was amazing. It was an amazing event. Too. The whole day was.
Dude,
we
were there together.
You're right. It was super fun.
On.
So it was, and then the next day, the next show I did my album side of the week. I featured a Pink Floyd thing. So, but my album side this week.
Yes.
It's we're at album side of the week. So album side of the week this week is Drive By Truckers. I don't know if you can see that. That's pretty. It's not. There's no glare. Now, do you know who the Drive By Truckers are?
No.
Do you know who Jason Isbell is?
No.
Oh, well, that's okay. Well, and Jason Isbell, he's a tremendous songwriter, one of my favorites, and he was in the Truckers for a little while, and when he started writing songs, and he brought a song to these guys, and he's like, could we do one of their songs? He's like, well, I don't know, let me hear it. And then he played the song, and they were like, that's pretty good. We'll do that song.
Yeah.
And then he became really good and then went back out on his own and became quite well known. But this, they did, I was at Crooked Arm. You ever been to Crooked Arm in Lisle?
No, I haven't, but
You keep hearing it, right?
Yeah, funny thing to say about that is I'm actually entered amongst a competition, Road to Homegrown.
Oh, you're on that too.
So, I'm amongst like 10 other musicians, singer, songwriter, and I'm going to shamelessly promote myself now.
Right, sure.
All right. So, blessed with the opportunity to perform with 10 other artists, me, myself being one of them. And, Homegrown, is a big music fest. And those slots get filled up pretty quick. But I'm just really super excited because, I've played amongst everybody pretty much. And I feel like we've already won, just from
it's a cool thing. I know at least 6 of the 10 people that day. So
yeah. I mean, I've jammed with, my favorite. Can I tell you who my favorite person is? Holden Garcia. Hello.
Oh, he's a cute
That
kid.
kid is like the coolest kid.
Yeah.
We jam. Like every time we see each other is nothing but love.
He's a nice kid. He's a really nice kid, and he's really talented. Really, really talented.
Yeah. So
I was there this week. It was Record Store Day Saturday, and my brother had contacted Joe about getting a special orders record delivered, and so my brother has been coming over. We're working on something for later in the summer. The secret stump stage in the backyard that I have here. We're going to do some things, and we're going to have a thing that my brother and I started working on anyway. We left here last Wednesday and went over there, and I hadn't been there in a long time, and Joe was great. And so while my brother was talking to him, I was like thumbing through, and I'm like, I bought a Mac Davis record. Mac, you grew up Asian, you said. You won't
totally.
know. These are, but these.
I've heard of stuff, but I don't know names.
I understand, but
It's a
these,
lot.
just so you know, landing. There's people rolling on the floor, laughing, dying right now.
That's awesome.
They're not. I'm just making.
Cool.
Mac Davis was a 70 star. It was like a $2 record, and I got a Neil Diamond record for $3. And then what was the third one I got? It was just a random funk. It said funk explosion. It was $1.
Nice.
Right.
I grew up with CDs, so Spice Girls, Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, Madonna,
I got all those.
Michael Jackson. Those were like my influences. I love dancing.
Do you?
So that was always like my
I'm a
thing.
big dancer.
I dance a lot.
I don't.
Should dance more.
I don't think anybody wants to see that.
They call it happy feet for a reason.
They don't really want to see it. Anyways, when I had my $5 worth of records, then I found this, and this is one of my favorite bands, Drive By Truckers.
Nice.
So then today, it's a live album from when they did Austin City Limits in 2008, and they have this whole thing, and I listened to it, and then today I have to pick a side, right?
Yeah.
Now there's a song that in this band, three of the members write songs. So there's 3 very distinct different voices, and you can tell when one, like a song starts and this guy's singing, immediately that which voice is singing. And there's this song called 18 Wheels of Love that I've heard before, and it's kind of funny, but I never heard a live version of it. And in this version, he tells this side 3 of this record is my recommendation for your side, which, if you can look it up, the live version on this record, it's 11 and a half minutes long.
Holy.
On this on this album, and it's actually a true story about his mother.
No way.
And a love story of his mother and his father. His parents split up. His mom was distraught. It's the story he tells before they even go into the song. The band's just kind of jamming the tune. It's the song is 3 minutes long, but
Nice.
it's 11 and a half minutes on this record because the story he tells.
What's the story?
Oh, it made me cry.
Aw.
It's brilliant.
You gotta send that to me because I want to listen to it
It's
now.
it's a brilliant. The story is brilliant. It's amazing. It's amazing story of triumph on many levels. It's an amazing story of love on many levels. It's a great hillbilly song. He uses the word mama. This is a song I wrote for my mama because he's Southern.
I wish my kid would write music for me. My kids are all musically gifted and talented, and they're just like,
So
ew.
it's good. 18. The song is called 18 Wheels of Love, and the album is live from Austin, Texas, actually, and it's Austin City Limits Drive-By Truckers.
Nice.
So it's great, and you could probably look it up and find it on any of the Spotify stuff. So I was gonna do. I don't know I was gonna do this song that I wrote not too long ago, and I played it a couple times recently, and I've introduced it that my grandson, when I was writing it, my grandson was in the family room, and you see, now if I was prepared, I would have had this already set up, but I'm not. So you can see that I'm having problems, and it's so new that I don't remember the words that well. Come on. So, and when I was working on it, I have you ever seen the movie The Cooler? You haven't, probably, because I keep asking you questions. You're like, nope. It's William H. Macy. And he has such bad luck that a guy in Vegas hires him to walk up next to people who are on a roll. Mm-hmm. Because he has such bad luck, he'll take the luck away from them. That's how I feel sometimes.
Oh. We gotta stop talking like that. we gotta manifest a new reality, brother.
So this is sitting, sorting it out. And when I was working on it, my grandson, he's like 2, probably not even. He was like a year and a half, and he's just kind of bobbing his head and grooving. And my daughter said, "I think you got a good song there, because Leo likes it." So
I like that.
everything. It's not. It's on. It's got to be unmuted. How about that? That might be better. We're gonna go with it, whatever it is. Spent my whole life waiting, doing what I should, fighting the sadness, wonder if I could. Now every other Tuesday, sitting on the couch, deconstructing dysfunction, turning myself inside out. A search and rescue mission, rewinding my mind, untwisting the wreckage, and facing up to what I find. Always thought I would figure it out so much sooner than now. Sitting sorting it out, sitting sorting it out. I am sitting sorting it out, sitting sorting it out. Will I ever be good enough? Will I ever be right? Don't know when to walk away, and I sure don't know when to fight. Scrape the bottom for answers, endlessly sifting through pain. Try to learn and to cope with it all, valiant effort in vain. Always thought I would figure it out so much sooner than now. Sitting sorting it out, I am sitting sorting it out. Sitting sorting it out, I am sitting sorting it out. Sitting sorting it out, I am sitting sorting it out. Sitting sorting it out, I am sitting sorting it out. So it's like it's since I wrote it, it's like the more you played it, like the nuances of it are evolving, and it's finally starting to feel like a.
It's got a very like bum, 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 ba-da-dum, bum, ba-dum, ba-da-dum.
It's fun. My brother sent me a note recent, like the other day. He's the reason I started playing music, like guitar and stuff, because he was older than me. He always had a guitar, and he was worked in a record store, and he had all this stuff, so I would like play his stuff when he wasn't around, and then he'd yell at me because he knew I did it, and I would be like, "What? No, I didn't. Of course I didn't." But he was always supportive or whatever, and but at whatever point, like he put the stuff down and didn't take it as seriously as I did, and I kept going, and then recently we, over the years we work on stuff a little bit together here or there, and I'm like, we're working on stuff together, and he sent me this picture of like look at this chord, like he learned a chord, it was really cool, and I said, I literally figured like this. That weird, like I can't read music, like everything I do is just
Intuitive?
yes.
That's awesome. I am too.
Like I just do it, and then I have people in a band that are way smarter than me. They go, well, that's mine. You're singing this, and then they all talk, and they go, okay, we'll do this, and I go, all right, whatever. I don't know. I know I picked up this or that over the years, and I faked my way through school band.
Nice.
But I don't really. And but when I found that chord, I'm like, well, I gotta do something with that. That's a cool chord. Mm-hmm. And so then I did. That's how that song came to be.
Totally.
So my next question for you is,
Yes, shoot away.
what was the first concert you went to? So, see, many of these don't land. You said you grew. What is your joke? I grew up Asian or whatever. But like, what was the first concert you went
Like
to?
the first concert that I ever went to, it's a Vietnamese artist. My mom took me, or my family took me, because growing up there was like a whole Asian like music scene, and it's called. Like,
Now, were you born here? Or did you immigrate?
No, I immigrated.
Okay, I didn't know
came here
that.
when I was like 3.
Okay.
Just me and my mom and my aunt, just the 3 of us. We lived in the ghettos of Wheaton. There is a ghetto in Wheaton.
I know.
There is. And that's where we
My
lived.
wife and I both, we refer to growing up in the ghettos of Glen Ellen, which people laugh, but there is a
little ghetto.
There's a little tiny.
I mean,
little,
it's not ghetto like you would think.
but
like,
there's a tiny little section of people who don't have much at all, virtually nothing.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, of course there is, right.
It's a very, so, like growing up, like I was a very confused child because I came here when I was 3, right? So, like, obviously we're mixed. So, like, just at home, like having, I call them parents, but I really was raised by 2 moms. It was like all Vietnamese at home. And then like, in school, it was just like all English. So like, honestly, I didn't really speak until I was in 3rd or 4th grade,
Just
but
absorbing.
music was always like my thing. Every night I just remember having headphones and like, obviously grew up super Asian, but then also like my mom listened to a lot of like 93.9, so like that classic like powerhouse like rock. I don't know most of the music, but it was like mixed in with like Chinese culture. You know how like K-pop is like so big right now?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Chinese back in the day was like the thing, you know, and that's where K-pop really got inspired by all of that. And then also Vietnamese. So literally 3 different types of languages and different like music compositions and all of that. But yeah, I absorbed a lot. So,
And now, didn't you recently buy a guitar? Is this the one you recently bought?
I bought a lot of guitars, but this one seems to be the one that is like withstanding.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like
Did it have a story?
Oh yes, this is Ariel. Ariel, her name is Ariel. Do you know Francisco from Even Flow? Mm-hmm. So I met him at Guitar Center, and I remember like at that time I had bought a Yamaha, my very, very first like serious investment guitar. It was literally on sale for like $400, and that thing was like $800. I'm like, oh, I fell in love with it. Well, my daughter, in a rush or whatever, I loved that guitar, but like she made me, like we were carrying something and she was like pushing me and I'm like, my guitar. Literally, I fell backwards on it, cracked my guitar. And by the time, you know, even though I had the warranty on it, like they didn't have another one like that. And it was like back to normal pricing. And I only got back what I paid for it. So during that time, that's when I met Francisco, and you know, he was working at Guitar Center, and I'm like, I'm looking for a new guitar. This is my budget. And this was the only like D'Angelico that was, and they just started making like acoustic, electric, and like, do you know that I literally sat there? This is what I do when I'm bored. Went to Guitar Center, sat there, and was just, I literally sampled every goddamn guitar there was. And like this one spoke to me.
No, I have a theory that guitars pick us, we don't pick them.
Yeah, or we pick each other, right?
Right, yeah.
So he was the one that introduced me to her, and I was just like, okay. I was like, I don't even think about it. Literally, like 2 days. It took me 2 days, and I'm like, I came back, and I'm like, I'm buying it.
I understand.
Like, this is my thing, and she's got soul. And afterwards, I bought like a few more. Like another one of my favorites. His name was Ivan. He was an Ibanez, and he was really cool. Just dark chocolate, and like he had like an airport, which like. You know, always gives the open mic host a hard time because they're like, what is that? I'm like, it's the airport.
Like that you have very specific, like, names. I've had sort of named guitars, but that's very specific. That's funny. All right, you got another song you want to do?
Sure. Like, what do you want to hear? What are you in the mood for?
For whatever point, if there's something new or something that you don't get to play very much, or something in a setting that's quiet that you can, it's entirely your choice. It's ladies' choice. I've heard a number of things that you do, but I whatever you feel like attacking here.
I am gonna do this one. It's called Dear Cody. So actually, I have 5 kids, and this song was very powerful for me because I went through pretty much a dark time with them. And, I pray a lot. You know, I don't judge other people who don't. But for me personally, like, music is prayer. And it's called Dear Cody because I feel like he's a force that always, like, unites. He's faith, right? And this song I don't really play out, but it's for anybody who's, like, missing somebody. And funny story about that song was like after I wrote it, the next day they called me.
Why not?
It was really cool. So I don't really get to play this at open mics and stuff. So I'm just gonna play a little bit of a snippet.
Good.
till you came. Rocked my world, found my faith, back to love, losing you, I just died. What I'd give one more time, back to love. I miss you, angel. Spread your wings over us. You led me back to love. Sing me a song, love so pure, so strong. Whoa, sweet lullaby, don't you make me cry. Thank you. That one was called Dear Cody.
Beautiful.
Thank you. It's my little angel. But yeah, I never answered your question. Her name was called Linda Chiangdai. She was like the Asian Madonna of all time.
Oh, right, okay,
Like
yeah.
literally the most rebellious like for her time. And you know, I grew up with Madonna and like Michael, and
Sure.
that was like, you know, my idols like growing up. And yeah, explains a lot. But she was kind of like you know, our culture really is like very sometimes, and like, you know, she is really out of the box, like with her music, with her outfits, with her hair, like with her makeup. And I just remember that was the first concert I've ever gone to, the first concert I've ever purchased to go to was
Well, that was my next question. Is what is the first concert you bought for, like, tickets you bought for yourself?
Chris Brown.
Yeah.
I love my Chris Brown. I know he's crazy, like I don't agree with, you know, whatever, but you cannot deny his music. Like, you cannot deny his talent.
Well, talent is a thing, regardless of where you stand in a spectrum of.
I don't condone beating women, but I do believe people can change. And honestly, he does. You know, people like that, they don't pay my bills. I don't really care. But like, I think
I don't know anything about whom you're speaking. I really don't even know who the guy is. But
oh, Chris Brown. Oh, Chris Brown. He's cool. You should check him out sometimes. And I've gone to 3 of his concerts, and it gives you the happiest of feasts. And it's like a feast for the eyes. And like, yeah, I love my Chris Brown. Not gonna lie.
Now you what is the thing that drives you? What is your why? That's my one like super serious. Like, what is your why? Why do you do this? What is your thing that drives you to write songs? Is there a specific thing? Is there? Some people don't have an answer, and it's okay to not even have an answer. If you don't know why, you don't know why.
I do know my why. And it changes, right, over time. But I think for the most part, my why is like, for me, music is for me. Because for me, music is therapy and, you know, a form of connection with the community. And I see music, how it just brings people together from all walks of life. Being a misfit my whole life, like, I can appreciate that. And I think what we have, you know, when everyone comes together like that, whether it's open mic gigs or whatever, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's a form of love. It's a love language. It unites people. But I think more so now too, like just being a mom and seeing, you know, growing up with a lot of adversity, doing tarot, doing hair, like I feel like music is very healing, and every day my prayer is just to be a conduit of love. So I believe that music is a spell in a lot of ways, and if I can contribute more love, happiness, positivity into that and like channel it, and whoever it resonates with, you know, because I'm already doing it for myself, you know, that's, you know, for me, music is for me. But like if my friends can listen to it and like they can resonate with it, or it just like hits them in the heart some type of way, or like, damn, I've been through that too, and you know, like to me that's such a gift. So if I'm sitting in a room like with 100 people and there's like one person, like that kid that literally come up to me and like, I'm like, there, I'm singing for that one right there.
Right on.
You know?
It seems as what you're describing is the connection, and that seems to be a theme that many people describe in many different ways. It's finding a connection with. I think what I'm discovering the more I talk to people, and the thing that I believe, especially given the circumstances of where we are as a society currently, that people crave community and connection, and like a sense of there's been this isolationist sort of society
Divide. There's
like
been a
for
divide.
for a long time, just people isolating, and then the specific having to isolate 5 years ago, and then since then, especially musically, it's like I gave up on music before that happened, and then only recently started playing. The way people receive and listen to music is way different than it was a decade ago. So I will say that for sure. It's enjoyable. So it's a similar
Yeah.
it's a similar response. I think many of us have, but that's great. I think that's great. I think you're doing a good job, and I would say you would get the rookie award for the newest songwriter I think I've had here.
You think so?
Yeah, for sure. Like, less than 2 years is pretty new. I wouldn't have guessed that at all. So that's I would have figured you had been writing for a while. You've accomplished a lot in a short.
I mean, like, I'm just passionate about it. You know, right now it could be like this, but then, you know, who knows? I might have a dry spell, just like with anything.
I'm gonna guess that
dry.
you're gonna, because we all do. So, if you had, you said you had some things coming up. What do you have? Any like big things coming up?
Yes, a few things. I can't speak on the other ones just quite yet, but the most important thing is May 3rd, which is a Saturday, Crooked Arm Vinyl, where you got that beautiful record. You know, I've been entered into a competition, so don't come out for me. Come out for the music, you know. And
well, that's a big day, yeah. And
it's a big day for all of us.
And
you know?
How the competition works, I'm sure that you people can select whomever they choose to select, or however it works. And and I think that's I'm just learning about that festival and that situation, and I think that what they're doing is kind of a cool thing. So I'm glad to hear that you're part of it as well. I didn't realize you were.
I feel very blessed because I didn't expect it, and I also feel like it's for me. I feel like I've already won because like this is such an amazing experience. Like what the heck? Like yeah, I'll take it. I'll do it. You know.
Cool.
That's my attitude towards it. But yeah, no, come out and support everybody.
And your social pages?
My social page on Facebook is Rebal Rose, and my Instagram handle is Kels on Fleek Magic _.
Awesome. This week, I'm releasing Spun Around, which if you go to melmusic.com, it's already on the page. You can get a sneak peek. It actually comes out officially Friday.
Nice.
On all major streaming platforms. melmusic.com is music with a Z, M-U-Z-I-C.
Nice.
That's the 18th on Friday is every major platform. Next week, there won't be a stream next Tuesday because the whole band is doing the thing at the Arcata over in St. Charles.
Oh, nice.
We're playing, I think, first at 7. I don't know. I think so. That's what I'm going to say first. We're either first or second, so let's go first, 7 o'clock. But we did it before, and it's a really great program. You should go any Tuesday. They're having people because they have great acts there, whether it's us or not. But for sure, you should go next Tuesday and come check us out. The whole band is going to be there. I just got a call today from the wonderful, fabulous Lainey that runs O'Neill's.
Nice.
And somebody had canceled, and I'm going to do a solo acoustic night there on the 26th. That's next Saturday.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
That's okay. So those are the things coming up. And if anybody wants to know where to find anything about me, melmusic.com, the calendar, I've been doing a pretty good job the last few weeks of updating it.
And I totally forgot 2 major things. Okay?
Yes, please.
Not that your girl doesn't love the bar scene and all that. Trust me, I love it. You've seen. But actually, I will be doing, if you're ever in the Lake Geneva area, this place called the Bottle Shop, I've got two things going on there. May 31st, if you find yourself there, it's a Saturday, I will be doing tarot from 12 to 4. August 12th, which is also a Saturday, I will be back up there, the Bottle Shop in Lake Geneva. Me and Tim Scheiberger, we're going to be showcasing our songs there.
Awesome. That's awesome.
From 5 to 7. So, yeah, if you want to take
That's
a drive out to Lake Geneva.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, at a winery,
Sure.
like coffee, and they have a nice like outdoor patio, and just come chill with us.
There's not too many places that aren't beautiful up there. So
It's like right downtown. I mean, let's go. Let's freaking go, drink some wine, and who knows? Like, I need breaks, like I tend to do that for my shows a lot. You've been, I like pulling people off because I'm like, I need to go pee.
Right. Well, yeah, I think I was the beneficiary of perhaps your tiny bladder at a show.
No, not at all. No, I was so grateful that you pulled through, and I was just so grateful for all. I think me and you were different characters, but the one thing that's common about us is like we both love music and we love people. And thank you so much for having me on here.
Sure, of course.
I think what you're doing is so amazing because you're shining a spotlight on our community more than you know, brother. And
thank you.
I think as an artist too, like for my friends to come out to my show, I know life happens, but time, investment, and like just the dedication just to come see somebody. That's the gift that you can give them, and I appreciate you for that. So why the heck not? I don't need 3 hours to myself.
It's cool. That's really cool. It's cool. It's a really cool thing, and I'm just finally starting to get some opportunities where I'm getting whole nights again, and I believe in that same thing. I'm just feeling like after many years of sort of this wandering, I don't know the analogy of wandering in the desert or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I've finally come through the other side, and it's a bizarre feeling. So
it's like a journey,
It's been crazy. I've written songs. I played in the 80s in bands, and I played in the 90s in bands, and I did lots of big and small things over the years in other projects, and then there was this long stretch of time where little or no success and little or no response, and felt like I was beating my head up against the wall for no reason, and it was very frustrating, and couple that with some difficult choices in life that I was having to step back from and go, all right, let's see here. But then you get to the other side and it's all good. So I think it's cool, and I appreciate the kind words about it's such a nice community of people and talented people. It's enjoyable. I want to encourage anyone who may even be on the fence. The point of inviting people on and talking about songwriting is to encourage people to write. Whether if you think however this may sound or may not sound, for the majority of the 25, 30 years I've written songs, nobody's paid any attention. Nobody's listened. I've gotten no compliments. No, truly.
Really?
And
Your music's great.
well, but this is what I'm telling you is, in the last few months, in the people have said such nice things that for the first time, I've gained a little bit of self-confidence in what I do. In that, okay, that's really helpful. And what I want to do is encourage others in a similar way to, if you are doubting, or if you do this thing and you don't think you're any good at it, or you are ready to just keep going.
And just stop. Like, I want to add to that because I just feel like stop caring.
Well,
Stop caring, because
it's
when
hard.
you actually, do you ever notice, like, anytime, and this goes for everything, right? Like, do you ever notice, like, the moment you're just like, I've been through the crap, like, I'm done, I'm over it, I'm literally just gonna be my authentic self. That's when you start attracting your tribe. And I, like, I remember me first starting off as a musician. I didn't even know how to play guitar. Somehow I just get thrown on stage because I'm cute. And, like, somebody gave me a chance. Somebody, like, was like, Kelly, like, I believe in you. Get your butt up there. And I think that makes all the difference in the world when you can be that person for somebody.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's also my purpose and my why, is because, like, you know what? Let's face it, life brings you down. There's a lot of negativity going on in the world right now, but, like, choosing to fight against that in this way and form, in whichever way you can for yourself and your community, that is a form of love, and that is a form of putting good back into the world.
Trying to, right?
Yeah. I mean, everybody wants to change the world, but, like, here, this is what you can do, like, right now.
One little tiny bit of
And that's key.
You know what else you can do? You can tell dumb jokes.
Yes.
That brings us to dumb joke of the day, which is the mail is delivered by our own
This better be funny.
our personal mailman, Aaron Kelly. You know that Aaron sneaks in here when I'm not around and puts mail
Aaron
in.
Kelly?
He's our personal mailman.
Lies.
It is not a lie.
That's his joke?
Why don't you ask him about delivering mail for the dumb joke of the day?
Really?
It's not
Aaron,
his.
this better be funny. Otherwise, I'm throwing eggs
He
at
just
you.
delivers.
Our next
He
open
does.
mic.
He doesn't write. He delivers. He's the mailman. So don't kill the messenger.
All right.
But okay, so let's see. Dumb joke of the day today. Amal and Juan are identical twins.
Amal and who?
Juan.
Who's Juan?
Juan.
Like
and-
W-A-N?
Yes.
Or like J-U?
J-U-A-N.
Like Mexican?
Juan.
Oh, like Juan.
Amal and Juan are identical twins. Their mother only carries one baby picture, and it's a baby picture of Juan in her wallet. And now she was questioned, why do you only carry one photo and only of Juan? And she said, well, if you've seen Juan, you've seen them all.
Burn that. No, Aaron, I'm throwing eggs at you.
Aaron
next
didn't write it. He just
Monday.
delivers them. He
I'm
doesn't
really-
write them. So that brings us to the end of the show today. So thank you for being here, Kelly.
Thanks for having me.
A delight.
I
So,
appreciate you.
and
for-
next week, we are at the Arcada, so don't tune in. Although I might stream from the
You
Arcada.
should stream live. We would love to see, because when is it? The 22nd?
It's next Tuesday at
Next
7
Tuesday?
p.m. So I think I might. I tried to do. You know what? I'm going to.
You
Good, bad, or
should.
indifferent. Even if it comes out terrible,
Yeah,
tune in at
no.
7 o'clock.
I love
I'm
it.
gonna
'cause,
put my phone up there
sometimes,
and.
like, I work so late, so it's like really hard for me to like come out like right on time. But like if I'm in the area, I'll pop in.
I'm going to do that. So there will be a stream next week, and it will be my little mobile setup from when I did the Jammers Club thing with my.
Yeah.
I tested it last night, and I at Aaron's open mic, and I accidentally hit a button that did not enable the camera. So.
You know who else you can hire? Open mic mood. I mean, that man is just like.
Oh, right.
He's awesome.
Well, I can do it. I just have to get it set up ahead of time. But that's okay. And then 2 weeks, the 29th is Blue, and in 3 weeks, the 6th is Dan Collins. So we're moving on. And then in May, there's a whole bunch of people. And I got a whole bunch of people scheduled for June and starting to get people for July and August. So it's moving along. So thanks for being here.
I remember when we had this conversation and you were just kind of starting this whole project.
Well, right.
You've come a long way, brother. Good on
It's
you.
there's a lot of folks in the pipeline, so it's cool. I'm very excited. So that brings us to the end of the show.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in.
Right, and as the great Ray Raymond once said, bye.
Thank you. Thank you. That was so much fun. I had a blast. Unplug. Unplug.